Okay. I think we're live. No. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the... Where'd it go? Oh, there it is.
Two families had been hiking along the coastline when the tide quickly came in. They climbed to get away.
Hold on. Oh my God. I swear, I'm trying to find it. Well, I know where to look for it. I just...
Can you see by the dawn's early light? And bright stars through the pear.
No, not that. Where did it go? There it is. I want to watch. I'm not getting...
And the rockets regular, their bombs bursting in air-proof through the night. That our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the
Yeah, I want to watch.
It's just about that time. The NFL Draft on ESPN is coming up next.
NFL Draft Countdown is presented by Ego, power beyond belief.
It's nice when your days have a rhythm.
That.
But what happens to that flow when you go from working to retirement? A free personalized retirement income plan from Fidelity can help you make the transition wherever life takes you. It can help you keep your income and investments on target and give you a clear view of your cash flow so you can feel free to explore. Fidelity can help you take on retirement.
The Evergreens.
This display. Sorry, you won't be able to see anything for a second.
place you go to go places.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're also one of America's largest financial services companies. Like, he's so much more than Saquon Barkley.
I'm also Staycon Barkley.
Oh, man, it struck my uniform. Whoever did...
Calm in, stress out.
I'll never remember all this.
Relax, Rook. When things get intense, we get incense. What a nice cleansing surprise.
For your
I swear, it's...
New IMS Proactive 5 for healthy digestion.
America, let me be clear. If your car breaks down and your plan is to hope it won't cost too much, you're cooked.
Come on.
I'm talking an elite level defense that helps save drivers money when unexpected car repairs happen. And you know, I love a good defense. All it takes is one call to Car Shield, and you could be riding just like me.
This is Fresh Pet. Here, there are no fillers.
No, not application. The window, maybe? No. Oh, shoot. Okay. Hopefully that changes. To where I'm not necessarily sharing one of my screens from Chrome, but I'm sharing another one. It still doesn't work? Really? I swear, I'm not trying to get to show it, I'm just trying to get it to a point to actually watch it, but how it doesn't want to work with me for some reason. The browser has paused playback. I know. Resume the playback. It's also on Como, or at least for me, ABC. which I have. I'm sorry, I need to do an intro. I just want to make sure everything is correct. Okay. Let me just try signing out and signing back in. What is going on here? Like this is now in a new level of bullshit. How I'm not able to get any streaming. I can only listen to it. Sign in. Okay. Oh boy, they're playing Renegade. They are playing Renegade. Oh, it's on me. No, I don't want that. trying to figure it out. I can listen to it. All right. The Raiders are should be coming on the clock any second now. And I want to welcome you all to the Seahawks fan reacting to the NFL draft. I really can't. It won't come up on my screen at all. And all right, continue that. Boo the commissioner. And in the Steel City. Ugh. 6-time Super Bowl champion Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, TJ Watt's there. And Cam Hayward. Mel Blount. Sorry, I had to refresh for a second. This is stupid how I'm not able to actually see what's going on. And I did get a... Hines Ward as well. Yeah, and Big Ben. Ben Rapelessberger, let's be honest. Okay, I'm able to get it in another way. So I don't need that. Here we go. Yinzer Nation is ready. The draft is open. And the Raiders are on the clock. Here we go. We are here. Thank you so much for joining me today on the first round of the NFL Draft. Maritime Report is here doing his first non-baseball stream. Yeah, you heard that right. First non-baseball stream. It is a pretty cool moment. Now, the consensus number one overall pick is Fernando Mendoza. We'll actually see if that comes to fruition, even though it probably will. However, it's kind of unlikely that I'm able to actually... Okay, can't do what I want to do, because of course I can't. If I can have it somewhere over here. I do have kind of a list of players that I think are good, but for quarterbacks, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that it would be Mendoza. I don't see how it wouldn't. Oh, no. I need to have that. Shoot, I just realized. All right. I don't need a draft tracker. I just need prospect rankings. Okay. Okay, the pick is in. So they traded Geno Smith to the Jets in exchange for a 6th rounder. They did sign Tyler Linderbaum in free agency. That was a pretty good pickup. Yeah, I think quarterback-wise, it's I would say it's gonna be Mendoza. But the pick is in. They wanted to see if they could get Crosby to another organization. And the commissioner. It's likely going to be Mendoza. It was something in the end of night. The stars were bright. Fernando Mendoza, first overall to the Raider Nation. Fernando Mendoza goes first overall to Raider Nation. The New York Jets are now on the clock. Okay. Is there a way to slash through? All right, the New York Football Jets are on the clock now. Now it's not really guaranteed as who's going to go next, but from what I do understand, the next best available pick is likely Arvell Reese. He's a linebacker, or David Bailey. He's mainly an edge rusher. It could be Bailey, because it sounds like either they take a massive offensive line to protect Geno, or they go with someone else. If they want big upside, they might go Arvell Reese. Or David Bailey. So we'll see what happens. But also, any way to come up with an interception after the Jets had 0 all season long. So they're also going to be choosing 16th overall. They could go Reese. In fact, I probably might have money that they could go Reese. I mean, Reese or Bailey at this point. I don't think they'd take another quarterback. I don't know. But who is it going to be? They go with David Bailey. The edge rusher from Texas Tech. So, edge rusher from Texas Tech. I just labeled it defensive end. Is this going to be, hopefully, someone that can just get off the line and create a lot of pressure and to make quarterbacks make mistakes? Okay. Up next is the Arizona Cardinals. The newest New York Jets. So either this guy's going to be a bust and he's going to be another butt fumble pick, or it's going to be, or this guy's going to be a Hall of Famer. A Hall of Famer absolutely wasted. We'll see. Only time will tell, because the very next pick after the Raiders make a pick is usually going to be what we got. He ran a 4.56 40. Wow. I can make a post right now. First defensive player off the board and also the highest edge rusher the Jets have ever taken. He had 14.5 sacks at Texas Tech, tied for the most in the FBS. Also, I just want to show you, oh, damn it. Oh, the green screen's going to suck. I made a mistake. I still can't use the green screen. But it's me. This is my Seahawks number 10 jersey, Cooper Kupp. I got this jersey for Christmas, actually. My parents got it for me because I love Cooper Kupp. So it'll be about 2 minutes left for the Cardinals. And this is tricky. Because Cardinals, they could use, some help with tackling. Even though I don't think Kyler's not really going to be there anymore. They could go defense, even though I don't think that's really a massive concern for them. They're clapping, so it looks like they got their guy. I would kind of be shocked if they did go quarterback. They need needs on line. I say get something on the offensive line before you go for any other skill player. I don't know. This is weird. Cardinals, in place for Kyler Murray, he went 1-11. They could go. They could get rid of Brissett and try to get another quarterback to sit. Oh no, never mind. Kyler Murray was released, so they don't really have a quarterback. They do have Jacoby Brissett. They can roll with him, or do they go with another quarterback and just put all their cards in again? And I don't know. Maybe they'll tank. Unless they can get some really good offensive linemen in this draft in the next couple days. I'm curious. We'll see. I say they probably go with like Francis Mauigoa or I say they could go Mauigoa. But honestly, they could just get another. They could just get a big guy. I don't know if they should go for Jeremiah Love because he could be the best. He might be the best available, or the other best available would be Arvell Reese. They could use another good linebacker. And I like the pick with David Bailey, good edge rusher. I don't think you can have enough good guys on the edge, but Arizona Cardinals. Wow. Okay, they go with Jeremiah Love. So possibly the most talented player in the draft, running back from Notre Dame, Jeremiah Love. He's now an Arizona Cardinal. And this is a very bold pick from Arizona. Because I felt like they needed more addressing on the line. Wow. So I'm not saying that Love isn't a good player. He is. He's really good. But he's able to make a lot of college players miss. I don't know if that's going to be the same case for others. I don't know if that's someone that honestly if he's going to be useful with the Cardinals. If he breaks out, then great. Then it'll be really good for him. Up next, the Tennessee Titans. The Titans, I think the Titans would have probably benefited from maybe trading up to 3rd overall to get Love, because I think they need more help on offense. And to have some more dynamic offense from the Titans. I'm sure the Cardinals, there's a job party in Glendale, Arizona. They're happy with their pick. You know what? If he doesn't pan out, then you know what? I'm going to be happy. The Titans, I feel like they could have benefited from a running back like him. Probably their next best, maybe if they want to go have a more dynamic offense, they go with the wide receiver, maybe Tate. Carnell Tate, or Mekhi Lemon. Linebacker, there's Arvell Reese is still there. I think he might be pretty good. Or another edge rusher. Next one I would have maybe is like Ruben Bain. Sorry, well, anyone on the line or an edge rusher, maybe. I don't know. But you almost never see a running back taken this high unless a lot of people see him as really special. I remember like Saquon Barkley going 2nd overall. Ezekiel Elliott went 4th overall. The Titans pick is in. So new offensive coordinator for the Titans. And a new head coach, Robert Saleh. I remember him he was the head coach of the Jets. And that went well. I mean, it went well for the rest of the league, not necessarily anyone else. Not necessarily for the Titans, or not Titans, Jets. It went well for the rest of the league. But we'll see. I'm waiting for someone to really trade up high, maybe in the next few picks, because I thought maybe it would happen. It would have happened already. So they're shortening the time between picks, so they start at 8 minutes instead of 10. Interesting. All right, Titans could probably they might go Reese. Whoa, okay, they go wide receiver, Carnell Tate. Wow, okay, so they decided to go the offensive route and get Carnell Tate. Huh. Okay, so probably the top wide receiver on the board is Tate. Who knows if that's really going to be the best? the best, pick. Because I think maybe the best player available was probably Arvell Reese. And I don't think anyone would have batted an eye, but I mean, from Ohio State, he's really good. He's the sixth Ohio State wide receiver selected in the first round since 2022. So that must be wide receiver university right there. But what what's really going to benefit is good coaching and good development for Cam Ward. And it seems like the analysts are surprised and they're really excited for him. Not he that's cool. Yeah, first one since 2022. Egbuka, Harrison Jr., Smith and Jigba, Wilson, and Olave were the other first round Ohio State wide receivers in the last few years. He ran a 4.53 40. So this guy is this guy is a twig. So the Giants pick is in. Now the Browns are back on the clock. Oh, his mom passed away and her name is on the inside of his white jacket. He looks really nice. Like he's dressed in like white suit. Looks like a white tank top underneath. But a big surprise, they do go Carnell Tate. Huh. Whoa, okay, we got a trade. Whoa, okay, that's new. That is completely new. Hello. Okay, that's new. Okay, I'll play it in a second. I'm gonna need to make a change to the board. No, not that. This. Before we get to there is a trade announcement. Someone did trade up. You might be able to figure it out if you see the board scroll by. But first thing that needs to happen is we need to get to the Giants pick. They did not trade. Their pick is in. And they got another new head coach. His name is John Harbaugh. Oh, they did like Shane Gillis with another Bud Light commercial saying, "Oh no, bars! It's can I get a bar? Can I get a beard for the bride?" Yeah. I mean, I do work in the wedding business, and like whatever the bride says goes. And like if the bar's not open, but if she wants a beer, I mean, if it was legitimate, yeah. But it's Shane Gillis. He's like, it's just Shane. He wants a beer. So the first shocker of the night, Tennessee Titans selecting Carnell Tate from Ohio State. Not really any views. I think a lot of people are just streaming this. All right. Actually, if it is commercial break, I might have wasted it. So the Giants, who knows what they're going to do with a new head coach, and a defensive head coach, John Harbaugh. The Giants' first pick, they could go with Arvell Reese, or maybe like cornerback. Either like Mansour Delane, Caleb Downs, or maybe Arvell Reese. And there's some guests. And as the 5th overall pick, they're doing a salute to service. The family of an Army major who died while serving in Afghanistan. Thank you very much, sir, for your service. They go with Arvell Reese, the top-rated linebacker in the draft. So he dropped all the way to 5th. If he could work out well, and the Giants might have gotten a really good steal from that. Certain bald-headed man who's a big Giants fan probably does not have a plunger on his head because he's probably loving this pick. But another big guy from The Ohio State University. I didn't know that Reese would actually fall this low, but the Giants, this could be a massive steal for them if he pans out really well. But you have an experienced defensive head coach in John Harbaugh. And you know, if he sees something special in this guy and he's the best available, hey, it's pretty damn good. They have highlights for him as well. Ooh. He can pursue. Okay. He's also good at baiting and faking certain blitz. All right. So Arvell Reese, no longer a mystery. He's now a New York Giant. Now for that surprise that I was showing. And for the first time, we can do this. Trade alert. The Cleveland Browns have traded their pick to the Kansas City Chiefs. This could be massive. If Kansas City is trading up this much, they could go. They either go with a really fast wide receiver or maybe one of the better available. They could go tackle. They could go Francis Mauigoa, or they go Caleb Downs. Yep, the Kansas City Chiefs are now picking 6th overall. So, with this, the Chiefs traded the 9th overall pick, their 3rd round pick, and a 5th round pick to jump up to 6th. All of them going to Cleveland. So Cleveland will be picking 9th overall. And this is very interesting. They could go Downs right here. What's another really fast wide receiver? All right, here's the commissioner. Wow. They go with Mansour Delane. Wow. Okay. Oh shoot, you're not gonna be able to see that much. Just trust me, that says Mansour Delane. Wow. So they go cornerback, probably the best rated one in the draft. Okay, just trust me, that says Mansour Delane. Okay. Okay. So they're probably shoring up on cornerbacks because they know they got to pay. They're either got to pay some guys or let him go. No. Fade again. There we go. All right. So the Chiefs trade up. So they probably needed this guy a lot. I believe the next pick is Washington. Eight interceptions at LSU and Virginia Tech. Career. Oh, and there's some guys in gold jackets. Cleveland is on the clock. Looks like the New Orleans Saints pick is in. Lynn Swann and Jerome Bettis. Former Walter Payton Men of the Year. And yes, they're out there because Washington Commander Bobby Wagner is your current Walter Payton Man of the Year. To go. Okay. Sonny Styles. Sonny. Nope. Did not mean to do that. Nope. No. Forget that. Forget the trade alert. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. Sonny Styles. That's what actually happened. No trade yet. Sonny Styles, linebacker from Ohio State. Yet another Buckeye off the board. Okay, so Sonny Styles, probably the second best linebacker off on the board, is pretty much gone. He's also a former safety, played in college. He's very, yeah, he is very emotional. 6'5", 244, he ran a 4.46.40. If he's smart, he's got good instincts in college. Can it pan out to the pros? It probably could. Um, you got you got Dan Quinn as your head coach. I think he also calls plays on defense. Oh my God. No, I'm still going. Wait, do I have to go? Because I've been live. If no one's been able to really, oh boy, I hope people were actually able to watch my stream because it says that I have been streaming, and I have been live for an hour, so I think I'm still good. So his father played in the NFL, won a Super Bowl with the St. Louis Rams, and I think I think his brother is also a Commander. Next pick belongs to the Saints. All right. So no trades out of the next few picks. New Orleans is up, but multiple players have been selected, and they are way behind. So I'm actually gonna get a drink. All right. So, to recap, a couple things in the draft. First few picks were Fernando Mendoza, obviously went first overall, followed by David Bailey going to the Jets. And then, oddly enough, Jeremiah Love going third overall to Arizona. And then a shocker, Carnell Tate, first wide receiver off the board, going to Tennessee. And largely it's been the best players all around. Chiefs traded up to get Mansour Delane. So, not a ton of shockers. There have only been like two big ones. The Saints. I don't know who I could see them really taking. They could go with another wide receiver. Wide receiver, edge, cornerback, linebacker. Probably they could go Jermod McCoy. Or another wide receiver. They still have what's his name, Tyler Shuck at quarterback. No way I don't think another quarterback's going in the first round. I can probably see another. They could probably go wide receiver. Basically, a replacement for Rashid Shaheed. No offensive linemen, no tackles, no guards have gone yet. They are like 3 picks behind. And, of course, the cover band's playing Sweet Caroline the second Roger Goodell goes out there. And they're back to booing him. All right. Who do the Saints go with? Jordan Tyson. Jordan Tyson, wide receiver from Arizona State. So yeah, they need more help with just Chris Olave. So he led the team in receptions, yards, and touchdowns last year. However, a couple seasons ago, he did miss some parts of the season. He had torn ACL, MCL, and PCL, so he's had injuries quite a bit. So he's the younger brother of Jalen Tyson. He's a forward for the Cavaliers. So hopefully another weapon for Shuck. And he's very emotional. He took a knee. He's excited. Oh yeah, and I guess his brother. He was watching his brother play against the Raptors in it's Raptors versus Cavs, game 3. That's really cool for him. So the main red flags that he's got is he's been injured quite a bit, especially in his knee. Like all like quite a few ligaments have been torn in his knee. We'll see. We'll see. Cleveland. So they traded down with the Chiefs. They got Mansour Delane. So it seems like Cleveland is okay with probably getting the next best option, which could be like maybe Jermod McCoy or Caleb Downs at the safety slot. I think weapons-wise, yeah, they could use another one. But and a lot of boos reigning in Pittsburgh as the Cleveland Browns pick is in. So they traded down with the Kansas City Chiefs. If they're fine with not taking Delane, then their probably next pick could be like Caleb Downs or Jermod McCoy. And they're playing all the small things. So, not a single offensive lineman has been taken. Miami has a couple of minutes left. We'll see what happens there. They go tackle. They go with Spencer Fano, tackle from Utah. The first offensive tackle off the board. So he didn't allow a sack in 23 straight games. So Miami's using all of their time. So like Ruben Bain, Caleb Downs, Francis Mauigoa, Olaiva Vega Ioane, McKenlin, Kenyon Sadiq. The New York Giants are back on the clock. New York Giants. New York Giants pick is in. This is the one that they traded with the Cincinnati Bengals. Francis Mauigoa from Miami. Maui Noah. Whoops. Yeah, it's a Hawaiian pronunciation. Maui Noah. So this is going to be someone to really protect Jackson Dart. And I guess Cam Scattaboo as well. Okay, so after quite a few picks of no offensive linemen, two straight, and they're the two best tackles in the draft. I like this pick for them. It's not only protect Dart, but also Scattaboo. Oh! So as Maui Noah, so Miami used all of their time because they were talking a lot. And guess what happened? Trade alert! Trade alert! The Miami Dolphins have traded their pick to the Dallas Cowboys. So the Cowboys made a trade up one spot with the Dolphins. Now with the Cowboys, exactly what are they looking at? Well, any defense, pretty much. Anyone on defense. So honestly, this could be either Bain or Downs. This could be either Ruben Bain or Caleb Downs. Either of them probably going to the Cowboys. Not really defensive lineman, more like edge rusher. He says, "I'm ready to die for you, man." Oh man, can we pull up the clip of Will Campbell saying that he would fight and die to protect Drake May? 6'5", 329. This man is massive. Okay, so the Cowboys will get the 11th overall pick. In exchange, the Dolphins will get the 12th and two others. Shoot, I didn't see that. And there's a commercial break. So, this is I mean, the other main linebacker that they could try and get would be like CJ Allen or cornerback Jermon McCoy, Caleb Downs, the safety, Ruben Bain. He might be just the best overall available. So it's now become it's really obvious that the Seahawks are probably not drafting in this round. I realize now that like a lot of people are drafting, like a lot of people are just live streaming this, so Okay, that's fine. I'm still just doing this because I really like doing this, so I'm cool. So Dallas Cowboys traded up with the Dolphins, giving up 3 picks, including the very next pick and 2 others. Cowboys really got itchy to get someone. It's probably going to be. I would probably say it's Reuben Bain. He's probably easily the best one available. Rams are on the clock. Who do we got? Oh, I had the right idea. Wrong position. Caleb Downs. Okay, so Dallas traded up to get Downs. How about another Buckeye? Oh, he's not a cornerback. He's a safety. So Caleb Downs, probably the best safety on the board, goes to Dallas, traded up, which makes me believe that the Miami Dolphins are probably going to go maybe another corner. So, So if the Cowboys really want to shore up their secondary to hopefully get those interceptions, as a safety, he's ooh. It's also really run support. It's also really good. So, most top 12 picks from the same school. Carnell Tate, Arvell Reese, Sonny Styles, and Caleb Downs. All of them from Ohio State. So, the Giants, well, isn't like the Giants went with Reese. Yeah, I still think that's a good pick. Well, maybe not really much of a need, but probably just getting the best available. Giants could have used more of a safety like Downs, but I'm sure the Cowboys are loving this. So the Dolphins now, with that trade, they could go with Jermod McCoy. Reuben Bain is still on the board. I'm surprised. The Dolphins could go that way as well. Well, yeah, Dolphins could go that way. Well, their pick is in. They're not trading their 12th. And Miami Dolphins, they have a new staff, a brand new administration. And the Miami Dolphins are on, well, Miami Dolphins, oh, there's the commish. Who do they go for? Oh! They go the opposite route. They go for a tackle of their own, Caden Proctor. Interesting. So who's gonna throw the ball? Valid question. Well, again, I never want to bitch about, offensive tackles because no team can ever have enough of those. Let's be honest. So he played left tackle at Alabama. And if they're going to be big and physical, I guess it's pretty good. He's a big man. If he can get some good run protection, hopefully Achan will be able to do well. He only allowed 2 sacks. But it looks like the Rams pick is in. Rams, Baltimore, Tampa Bay, and the Jets again. The Rams, NFC runner-ups, traded up this high because they held Atlanta. This is supposed to go to the Atlanta Falcons originally. The Rams. I have absolutely no idea if what was said about Puka Nacua is all, good, if it's like correct. But they probably are. I don't think they'd take a wide receiver because they can develop almost anyone that's not in the first round. They could go tackle to protect Stafford. I don't know if he's going to be around much longer. Linebacker, cornerback. Honestly, their main problem was special teams. If the Rams, honestly, they don't need a lot. Because they are a pretty good dynamic team. If anything, they could probably have a better defense. And go linebacker. Maybe they could go for McCoy. Or Vontae Mack. So they got Trent McDuffie. They got Jalen Watson. Okay, so they're probably not going cornerback. But they did lose Kobe Durant and Rob Havenstein. Stein? They could go tackle. They had really good offense, but their defense was all right. The best defensive player available is Ruben Bain. He might go here. And Stafford is coming off an MVP year. Do you think no way they would go quarterback? Oh, yeah, they're talking about Puka Nacua. Ruben Ioane, who I don't have on my board, actually. Or they could go quarterback. Next best guy on the board is probably Ty Simpson to sit behind Matthew Stafford because he doesn't have a ton of time left. He's coming off an MVP season, so he should be good, but he's old. And if he goes down for injury, they might just be done with him outright. Or you go with Mekhi Lemon, a wide receiver, just in case the Nakua thing does not work out. Like he's dealing with felony charges and is in a rehab program. to avoid jail time, because of course he is. I really do hate Puka Nacua. Who are they going to go with? They go quarterback Ty Simpson. Oh, I'm okay. The second quarterback of the draft is goes to Ty Simpson, and it seems to be very clear. The Rams take him. Ty Simpson, so he's going to be sitting behind Matthew Stafford for at least a season. But what a shocker that another quarterback goes this early, and it's to the Rams. Oh boy, that's... So he played at Alabama. So he's going to be sitting behind Stafford for a while. But we'll see how this one's going to pan out. I mean, if Stafford gets hurt early on, then he's going to be a raw prospect going in, and who knows if exactly... yeah, who knows if it's going to pan out if Stafford does go down. And Adam Schefter is reporting that the Rams called Stafford saying that they were going to get Ty Simpson. So this isn't really a blind side to him. At least not now it is. He had 30 passes dropped in 2025. Now the Baltimore Ravens. What happened was Lamar Jackson was not able to get support because he was injured, and I say they probably go tackle here. Any sort of offensive lineman. Tackle, guard, whatever. Maybe tight end to have some protection, but they got two good ones, even if they keep on dropping passes. And yes, the Steeler Nation is booing a lot. All right. The Ravens. I say they probably go tackle here. Maybe Freeling. Olivavega Ioane. Wow. A Penn State Nittany Lion. Offensive tackle Ioane. Well, actually, sorry, guard. I'm going to be copying and pasting that name because I'm not writing it down again. So basically, this is going to be the Tyler Linderbaum replacement. A tone setter. Ioane. All right. Bucks, Jets, Lions, Vikings. That's who's coming up next. So, quite a few shockers already today. Ty Simpson going to the Rams. And Mansour Delane, the only cornerback, Chiefs traded up to get him. So it seems like they're going to rely on Steve Spagnuolo to really develop young talent as an old man, as an old defensive mind. Who did I say was next? Tampa Bay? Anyways, I want to take this time, this opportunity to say thank you all for watching, whether you're watching live or afterwards. It really does help me out if you did like and subscribe. I'm doing this through no ads or sponsorships. I'm doing this just just because I love you guys. Thank you very much. Hopefully someone out here really likes what I do. I know I'm kind of buried under every single sports stream that's like I know the dumpster fire clickbait sports with Tree and 5 Points Vids. I know they're doing a stream tonight. I think Tom Grossi's doing a stream. So a lot of people are I look up to them. Maybe someday I hope to be one of them. But as far as I think the Giants, they got who? I forget. Shoot, I forget. They got Arvell Reese and who? Fano, I think. Yeah, right. Yeah, like protect Dart at all times. I think that's a good pick. That philosophy doesn't hurt at all. Protect the quarterback. So the Bane and Lemon are still on the board. Bucks did get Anzalone and Rosenblum. They've shored up their linebacking core. They did, unfortunately, no Mike Evans is gone. Rashad White is gone, so they don't have as many playmakers as they used to have on offense, and they lost other guys like Logan Hall, Levante David, and Jamel Dean. So do they get another weapon for Baker or shore up the secondary? Okay. Who knows what they're gonna? Who knows what the Bucks are gonna do? Oh, this is the 15th overall. They go. They could go with a running back just to help out with Bucky Irving, or is that going to be competition? They go Reuben Bain. They go with Reuben Bain Jr., the edge rusher that has been on the board and has likely been the best available for a while. So they don't go secondary. They just get another edge rusher. Probably the best player overall at this point. However, his arm length is not that good. 30.78 inches. But is he fast enough to play edge? Oh, he didn't even run. Well, 6'2", 263. Well, he led FBS in pressures. 54 tackles, 9.5 sacks. Hopefully he can have some really good production behind the line. 5 sacks in 4 playoff games last season. Everyone was needed to really hone in on this guy. That means this guy's a monster, and he could be a problem for the league. Certainly good for the Buccaneers if this pans out really well. He says that he's the best in the country. He could be. So he could play edge. He could play tackle too. He could be like an Aaron Donald. All right, New York Jets, second pick of the first round. Their first pick, they went with David Bailey, edge rusher, to hopefully generate some pressure to help their defense actually get an interception. They could go with linebacker or cornerback. I have absolutely no faith in... I have no faith in their offense to actually do anything, so their defense has to be really good to actually keep them competitive. All right, the Jets are going to go with... Whoa, okay. Okay. You might love this. They go with Kenyon Sadiq, the first tight end off the board. Okay. I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe they did need one. I didn't have them saying that they really needed one. I say get that defense and protect the quarterback. I say that you might have need to take someone a little bit better, get another tackle or any sort of lineman. I don't know. I don't know if Sadiq was really a need for them. Tight end from Oregon. He went to Skyline High School. I kind of know where that is. Oh, never mind. It's in Idaho. But I'm thinking of like Skyview. Lions, Vikings, Panthers, Cowboys. That's who's next. A wild first half. This is already a wild... this is a pretty wild first round. First tight end going to the Jets? I didn't think they would really need one. Huh. It's weird. I don't know how I feel about that. I think... Sadiq, welcome to the New York butt fumble. I thought Sadiq was going to go more to maybe like the Panthers or maybe Ravens. But if they have a weapon for, I don't know, who's going to throw to him? Fields? The other guy that was rated high was Mekhi Lemon. And he's still on the board. Probably the second best wide receiver. I do have a spreadsheet that I made just to have notes on. So the Lions, any lineman, they shouldn't take a skill player. I think it would be a disservice to them for them to take any skill player. because they need. I would say maybe they probably go. They could go Keldrick Falk. No, it could go Keldrick Falk, Monroe Freeling, Blake Miller, TJ Parker. I don't know. Hmm. So, okay, so the running back, so the Lions have added, guys like Pacheco, Conklin, Juice Scruggs, Chuck Clark. They've added quite a bit, but they lost, guys like David Montgomery, Khalif Raymond. That's really gonna hurt them. Like Taylor Decker, Dan Skipper. So they could honestly, I say them either going tackle or maybe running back. Maybe running back. I don't know if they actually take one. But they lost quite a bit, so they need to make it all up. And I say going with any lineman would help quite a bit. Oh, there's a guest. Who's this? Make a wish. So this kid, this Make a Wish kid, he's probably what, 16, 17? Maybe 14. They do go tackle, and they go Blake Miller from Clemson. Okay, so he won the state championship in wrestling in high school. So he's going to be playing on the other side of the tackle. I guess Penei Sewell is going to be moving to the other tackle spot. But Blake Miller should be a solid pick because they needed help because they lost a lot of offensive line help. Now, up next is the Minnesota Viking. So, the Vikings could be the exact opposite. They might go more of a skill player, primarily on defense. They could go Dylan Thieneman or Jermon McCoy. We'll see. Who do they go with? Caleb Banks, defensive end. Defensive tackle, Caleb Banks. He's big. I'll give him that. He broke his foot again before the combine workout, and he's still participating in the 40. Problem is, he only played 3 games last year. He's really big, but I think injuries were really going to hold him back. I mean, again, if it works out, it works out. But I don't know if this is someone that they would really want to go for. I'm not entirely sure he's a first-round talent. But they're swinging for the fences, and they're trying to get someone. They're trying to get something. Oh, shoot. Okay. Another trade to announce, but it's not right here. Panthers are keeping their pick. Their pick is in. Oh, that's wild. What I just saw. Okay. So, Caleb Banks, he looks good. He could pass tests, but he did injure himself right before the combine. And I don't know if he's much of a first round. I don't think he's a first round talent. I think the Vikings might have just wasted this pick. I think they could have gone more of a skill player. A skill player on defense. Maybe a cornerback or safety. Maybe Emmanuel McNeil Warren. I think he could have been a better option. The Vikings maybe could have gotten this guy in the second round. I don't know. So there is a trade announcement, but it is not with the Panthers. So Carolina. Tight end, wide receiver, tackle, cornerback. They want to go tackle to defend Young. Here's where I thought Sadiq would go. I think this could be Lemon. This could be Mekhi Lemon, Eli Stowers. Or maybe CJ Allen? No. Maybe Freeling. Let me just change that. So I want to see what happens with this trade as it comes up. But Carolina Panthers are picking. They just reached the playoffs. They could go with Mekhi Lemon. No, they go Freeling. They go with the other tackle that I had probably going around this time, Monroe Freeling. Interesting pick. I don't hate it at all. I think he's really good. And they want to get protection for Bryce Young. He mainly played left tackle in college at Georgia. And he can take whatever angles he kind of wants. So, yep, he's a Panther. So, remember what I was saying? The announcement? Yeah. Uh-oh. Dallas traded with the Eagles. Hell hath frozen over. And this is pick number 20. Whoops. Hell hath frozen over, and now the Philadelphia Eagles have traded up. They go with Mekhi Lemon. Okay. So this means a lot. They go with Mekhi Lemon, a wide receiver, which pretty much means A.J. Brown is gone. So this is going to be your A.J. Brown replacement. So I want to know exactly what. So Eagles got the 20th and oh my God. Yes, I know. The 20th, this pick, 7th rounder for the 23rd overall and 2 4th rounders. This is interesting. Because the Eagles, yes, they probably could need a wide receiver, but this pretty much means that A.J. Brown is gone after all this. It's not only that, he looks like he can be a good kick returner as well. Hollywood and Tavius picks. Wow. So the wide receiver room is packed up because I guess A.J. Brown is gone. He's going to leave. Okay. This is wild. So pick number 21, the home team, the Pittsburgh. I don't have a terrible towel. I don't like the Steelers at all. Just pretend I have one. The Pittsburgh Steelers. Woo! Let's go Steelers. Steelers going to fucking Super Bowl. Steelers are going to fucking Super Bowl. Yeah! I'm not Ian, sir. I do not like the Pittsburgh Steelers at all. I freaking hate them. Especially if Aaron Rodgers is on the team. I hate Aaron Rodgers. The Pittsburgh Steelers. Well, no, we gotta, they're gonna have a talk with Lemon. The black and gold are showing up, and the pick is in. And however many Steel... Yeah, there's quite a few Steel Nation. They're going to wave those terrible towels. Playing Thunderstruck. Surprised they're not playing Renegade. Well, they already played Renegade, like, in the... like the pre-draft stuff. Ooh, never mind. Oh, they oh, now they're playing Renegade because they just showed like Tommy Shaw saying the pick is in. Styx, singer, songwriter, guitar player, long time. And they got to be waving those terrible towels. I do like the song Renegade. I can't believe I'm actually saying that. Yep. You gotta be waving. They're waving those I don't have a terrible towel. Let's just pretend I have one. And yes, they're playing Renegade. Which must mean that they're picking defense? Even though they really don't need one. They might be oh boy, they might be getting a quarterback. He knows they got to make a big song and dance about it. Who are they going to go? They're probably going to go offense. Max Ihanachor, tackle. Shoot, did not mean to do that. Nope, no trade, no trade. Get that off screen. Nope. There was no trade. There was no trade. I just hit the wrong button again. Max Ihanachor is a Pittsburgh Steeler. He is now a member of the Black and Gold. I am copying and pasting that. I am not putting that name again. But they don't go an offensive playmaker. They just go with the tried and true tackle. And I'm sure Urinating Tree right now is absolutely happy. That they didn't screw. He's happy that they didn't screw it up. He's Nigerian. Wow. He was able to stop David Bailey. Wow. He didn't allow a single sack in 12 games last season. Started 26 games at right tackle at Arizona State. This guy, he's really big. I think the Steelers fans are making an exodus out now that they realize, all right, our draft is done. Let's go home. Oh, now they're playing Mr. Brightside. All right. Next pick goes to the Los Angeles Chargers. Did they get another one? Caleb Lomu? Okay, so let's. They could go with Lomu. Basically, once again, another probably not going a skill player. They could get Keldrick Falk on the defensive, on the defensive side. I don't think they go for more of a skill player or a linebacker. And Dallas hasn't picked. Dallas does not have their next pick yet. No way they're going to trade down again to just get another surplus of picks to still get bounced from the divisional round. All right, the Chargers. They go with Akeem Mesidor, an edge rusher. Wait, what? He's my age. So this guy is a really mature edge rusher as a rookie. We'll see if, because he's like guys that he went to college with and got drafted earlier. He's like, it's like early 20s. But Akeem Mesidor, edge rusher, probably what they needed. They needed some help on defense, but also they need offensive help. Offensive line help. 2 seasons at West Virginia. He was a defensive tackle, then he moved to the edge. Cowboys, Browns, Bears, Bills. That's who's going up next. I think Dallas is... Are they still on the clock? Oh, Dallas is still on the clock. They haven't made a thing yet. At least not now. All right, I will be right back. Hello. All right. We're not back yet. I just returned. So the Cowboys traded back. They got the safety. Do they go with another cornerback, or do they go with another defensive back, or do they get C.J. Allen, who's probably the other linebacker I had going in the first round? So they do have some cornerback and safety out. Who don't they have? So they did lose like a couple of defensive tackles, mainly Solomon Thomas and Osa O and Logan Wilson, linebacker. C.J. Allen could be that Logan Wilson replacement if they need to go in that direction. So already the Cowboys... Okay, the George Pickens also has decided to sign the franchise tag, so he will not be traded. So we'll see. There goes C.J. Allen. Oh, no, they go Malachi Lawrence. Oh, I barely just left him off my board, but... Malachi Lawrence is now a Cowboy. But I think a lot of people expected that to happen. I just barely left him on my board. Ooh, a 40-foot jump, a 10-foot 10 broad jump. So I guess the defensive coordinator for the Cowboys coached this guy at UCF last year, so probably knows quite a bit about him. So Cowboys defense now consists of Quinnen Williams, Kenny Clark, Rashawn Gary, Malachi Lawrence, and Caleb Downs. So it seems like they're really going all in on defense because it was crap last year. All right. The Cleveland Browns will hopefully be picking in a second. They had one of the worst offenses last year. And their pick is in. Now with Cleveland, their first pick was, shoot, I forget. Maybe once it goes across my screen, I'll see. You remember Cleveland traded down with the Chiefs for the 6th overall. They ended up picking 9th overall. Oh yeah, they got Spencer Fano. They got an offensive lineman. So they could go with a wide receiver to get another weapon for whoever is throwing the ball. Is it Shador? So the Bears are now on the clock, but the pick is in for the Browns. So I think Fano was the guy they were going to pick anyway, and maybe Kansas City. I don't know if trading up to get the guy that the Browns weren't going to get anyway was a good idea. They probably could have gotten him at 9. They could get a weapon for whoever's throwing. Maybe it's Shador. KC Concepcion. I was right. I was correct in thinking that it would be a wide receiver. KC Concepcion from Texas A&M. And they're immediately talking about how much he drops the football. Oh, he's able to plug and go. He has a lot of yards after catch. He has to well, all he has to worry about is having a not good quarterback room. Did not mean to do that. So, Shador Sanders, Quinshon Judkins, Casey Concepcion, Harold Fannin Jr., Spencer Fano. No, they have a young offense. Who knows if they can actually develop as a Cleveland Brown. Of course, this is a Cleveland Browns we're talking about. You know. And we're the Cleveland Browns. We punt. Sorry, was this a crossover episode? All right, next is Da Bears. After a wild season last year, they could lean more in the direction of either a defense or maybe another weapon for Caleb. We've only seen one safety come off the board. That was Caleb Downs. Excuse me. I still have possibilities of Dylan Thieneman and Emmanuel McNeil Warren for safeties. Should they decide to go in that direction? Keldrick Falk, TJ Parker, Peter Woods, Caden McDonald, I would say are more likely candidates for either linemen or edge rushers. Or do they get a weapon for Caleb Williams? It's possible that they go with Denzel Boston from the University of Washington to pair up with the other UW teammate, Rome Odunze. We'll see. So they got Devin Bush and Seahawks safety Kobe Bryant. What's this commercial?
With the 61st pick of the Super Bowl, the National Football League selects ESPN.
Okay, Super Bowl 61 will be featured on ESPN. That's cool. Why are they showing an Atlanta Falcons ad? It's just new uniforms. And an ad for tickets. So, yeah, they could go with more defense. So they did add some stuff. They did add Kobe Bryant from Seattle. Is this where CJ Allen goes if they need linebacker help? I don't know if they actually do. Or they go somewhere on the defensive line. Oh, and there's another trade, not with this pick, but with the next one. Seattle has not made any indication officially that they are trading out of the first round. I would probably put money on that we would trade out of the first round. But the Bears are making their pick. They could go Denzel Boston. Oh, I was about to say I'm a genius. No, they go safety, Dylan Thieneman. Dylan Thieneman is a Chicago Bear, the second safety off the board. So, ooh, 6', 201, ran a 4.35. He looks good as a safety. Him and Kobe Bryant. Hopefully to really shore up that defense that was not as good last season. You can play free safety. Yeah, because they got Kevin Byard basically at center. Not being just a linebacker or safety. They're comparing him to Harrison Smith. Okay, so Okay. Guess whose pick is in? It's not Buffalo. It's Houston. They traded picks. And that is not the only one. I will get to that in a second, but it's a trade that I personally do not like. And no, it's not the Seahawks. White boy safety. White boy safety. It's one step behind from a white boy cornerback. Yep, the Houston Texans have traded up with the Buffalo Bills to come to the 26th overall. Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, Omar Cooper Jr., Jermon McCoy. Those are probably the three best on the board, I would say. Denzel Boston, maybe. For the Texans, I don't know. I say Jimmy Clausen. We'll see where they go. Their pick is in and is going to get announced. Keelan Rutledge. A guard from Georgia Tech. Was it really a need for them? I'd say, well, yeah, I'd say so. Anywhere in the interior, in your interior offensive line. So Keelan Rutledge. Now, the other main thing that happened during that break was the 27th overall pick originally belonged to the Miami Dolphins. Sorry, the San Francisco 49ers. Gee, I wonder what I was about to say. Has been traded to the Miami Dolphins. So it seems like Miami really wanted this guy that was coming up. Probably do they go with Jermon McCoy? I say that they go with McCoy. And if they're giving up quite a few picks, 49ers are getting picks 30, so it's the 30th overall and the 90th overall. So I say this could be Jermon McCoy. Hermod McCoy? We'll see. I personally, I would probably put money that it would be McCoy. Because I think they both need cornerback help. and he's probably the best one available. Well, I had McCoy, Avion Terrell, Colton Hood, Chris Johnson. I don't think McNeil Warren actually goes here. Oh, shoot. I just, yeah, damn, he had cancer for a while. A guy, the conductor, a very long-time conductor for the San Francisco Symphony, Michael Tilson Thomas, just passed away. He had cancer for a while. So with no, oh, they don't have Tua either. No Tua, no Tyreek, no Waddle. Oh, they could go wide receiver. They could go Boston. Oh, shoot. So this is like Miami lost a lot of key players. Honestly, they could take anyone. They could go. Yeah, because the Jalen Waddle did go to Denver. It's very possible that they go quarterback. I say more pressing need would be McCoy. They don't. They go, okay, they go cornerback, but not the one I was thinking of. They go with Chris Johnson from San Diego State. Still a cornerback. A lot of comparisons to Tre'Davious White. So the second cornerback taken is Chris Johnson. So yes, they do go cornerback. But was it the guy that San Francisco was wanting to get? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Hello. That's new. Oh, so the Steelers were wanting to get Lemon. They trade up so the Eagles actually traded up first before the Steelers actually got. Oh my God. So they got the call first. They could not get a hold of him, but the Eagles got there first and they got the call in first. I need to fade in and I need to throw up another trade. Boom, boom, another trade. This time, Buffalo trades down again. This time, the AFC champion New England Patriots are picking 28th. This is... What? The Patriots trade up just like that. The Bills have moved on twice. The Patriots, oh, do they go wide receiver? Nope. They go the last tackle I had on my board, Caleb Lomu. Wow. Caleb Lomu is a New England Patriot after Buffalo traded down again. So what about Will Campbell? Are they going to move on from Will Campbell after the horrendous playoff performance that he had? So I guess the Super Bowl was a really, really good indicator that they needed some offensive line help protect Drake May. That has been the theme of this. That has been the theme of this draft. And just like that, final four teams. Somehow the Seahawks are still there. I don't think it's going to last. But Kansas City holds this pick. San Fran, Buffalo. So Kansas City already had a trade up to the 6th overall to get Mansour Delane. A little iffy on that pick. Do they... oh boy, are they also going to go tackle? Because I don't have any left on my board. Just on my Excel spreadsheet, basically I had the best available. Or do they give Mahomes another weapon? Do they go tight end to help out Travis Kelce? Because I know he signed an extension, but he's an old man. He might be done soon. You want to give another tight end some time to learn behind him? Still commercial break. But the final 4 picks. What? Okay. The Jets have now traded up for the next pick. What? Someone's moving back in to get their their third first round pick. So this pick was originally held by the Rams. The Rams now have Trent McDuffie, and now this is the pick that the Chiefs have now. Who did they go with? Okay. They go with defensive tackle Peter Woods. Maybe the best defensive tackle overall. And yes, he was on my board. How is it possible that we're still in it? We could still have the very last pick of the first round. So defensive tackle from Clemson, that's Peter Woods. So is this going to be a Chris Jones possible replacement, or at least learning behind him? So this is like a 3-team trade. What just happened? Well, not really a 3-team trade, but overall it's like 3 teams like traded for this pick. Yeah, trade alert. The Jets are back in. They're getting their 3rd pick of the first round. They traded down with San Francisco, so they're going to have the first pick in the 2nd round. I'm not going to be able to stream any of the other rounds, unfortunately, just today because, well, I don't know, baseball games. And so the Jets, they're getting a lot of their needs now. They get C.J. Allen right here because they could use some linebacker help, or do they get? Or do they go? Or do they want to get a weapon? Do you think they got Sadiq, right? They do give a weapon. They go with Omar Cooper Jr. from Indiana. You're probably not able to see that. Dang it. Okay, well, just trust me. It says Omar Cooper Jr. So they do get another weapon. So they got Sadiq and Cooper. So it's interesting. They're getting skill players on offense. but I have absolutely no idea if they're actually going to compete. So this pick originally belonged to New England, but Buffalo traded down multiple times to come here to the 31st overall pick. Oh, they're looking at highlights of Cooper. I don't know if this would fan out because I mean, like the Jets' offense was horrible. So it's like, are they gonna keep what's his name? Oh, what? Uh-oh. It's not Buffalo again. New England traded with Buffalo, who traded again with the Titans. They are now back in this. Bing bong, another alert, another trade. The Buffalo Bills are trading down again. This time, the Tennessee Titans are back in. They got Carnell Tate, the first, probably best wide receiver off the board with their first pick. Okay, maybe C.J. Allen's not really going in the first round. So they're probably they could get another skill player. They could get a running back. Or do they go with another edge rusher? They go defense. I say they probably go defense. They go edge rusher. They could go with Falk, Parker, Kedrick Falk, T.J. Parker, Caden McDonald for like tackles or edge rushers. The Seahawks have still not traded their pick officially. I say that I think they probably did trade it. They're just not showing it yet. It could be like T.J. Parker. So, do they get another weapon for Cam Ward? They get a running weapon, or do they shore up the defense? Seahawks are on the clock officially. Who knows what they trade? $320,000 people attending the draft. That is a record. They're devoted fans. They go with Keldrick Falk. Wow, I am a genius. They did go defense. They go with Falk. Edge rusher from Auburn. He was probably the next best. He could. They're saying like Emmanuel McNeil Warren was probably the best player available, but I think they needed more edge help or at least defensive line help, and they got Falk, who looks really good. 109 tackles in the last 32 games. All right. The Seahawks are on the clock. I'm almost certain that we traded out of this pick, or we're going to trade out of this pick. But if we didn't, I would love to have either Denzel Boston or Jonah Coleman, or maybe Jadarian Price, or to have any replacement for Kenneth Walker. We could go running back. Or we get another big guy on the defensive line, maybe DJ Parker, Caden McDonald. Or do we get Emmanuel McNeil Warren as our replacement for Kobe Bryant or Jermon McCoy, or we get any of the possible cornerbacks for a Reek Woolen replacement if we keep our pick. But I don't think we're actually going to keep this pick. I think we are going to trade it at the last second. We are on the clock. But this is, we've waited all night for this, for my team. The Seahawks at, oh, Jesus, that still looks bad. Again, can't use a green screen to save my life. So he led his team with 45 pressures in 2024. 109 tackles, 10 sacks, 19 and a half tackles for loss in his career. Started the final 32 games in college. And he was able to get to Mendoza when he played for Cal. So this, on paper, looks like a good pick. Okay, this is massive. We did not trade this pick. The pick is in. The final pick. So, who are we going to go with? Defending Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks. Did they go with who are they going to replace? Are they going to replace Walker at running back? They could get like Darian Price, Mike Washington, Jonah Coleman. I prefer Coleman, Emmett Johnson. Do they get a wide receiver weapon? I don't think they do, personally. But if we're going to say screw it and keep the pick, we might as well. Or we take the best player available. I might want to say we could get Emmanuel McNeil Warren, or we get any of the cornerbacks that are available. Jermon McCoy, Avion Terrell, Colton Hood. And you got a guest for the final pick. Oh, man. This is another Make-A-Wish guy. I like this guy. He's a champ. He's a fan of the Seahawks. Let's go. Who are we going to get? Come on. We could get Jonah Coleman. He is from UW. So I'd want that just for me if we do go with a replacement for... I'm not looking at that. I think the pick is in and it did go through, but I don't know exactly who it is. Who are we going to get? Seahawks. Corner... Jesus. Jesus. Dude's peeking the mic. Who'd we get? We got a replacement for Kenneth Walker. Jadarian Price is going to be the new running back, and he's going to be thrown into the damn Wolves. A running back, the second one taken, and we keep our pick. Possibly the best running back on the board, maybe the best offensive playmaker that we could have gotten, but this is who we're going to get in place of our Super Bowl MVP. I don't know. Well, but this is... So we still have Sam Darnold at QB, Zach Charbonnet and Jadarian Price, and JSN and Cooper Kupp. Our offense is still good, and it's just going to be tough without Walker and Charbonnet having that 1-2 punch. I guess Jadarian Price is hopefully going to be that guy going forward. Problem is, he did get injured in the playoffs. But him and Jeremiah Love were a 1-2 punch at Notre Dame, and now they're going to different teams. Ironically enough, division rival teams. So, I am shocked that we didn't trade out, and I'm kind of more shocked that we were able to get a replacement for Walker and Jadarian Price. What this means for the future of the Seahawks, I don't know. But it seems like we're trying to keep up the momentum, and we were not entirely able to keep up with the possible contractual demands for Kenneth Walker. So, what does this mean? What does this mean exactly? What did we see in this draft? What did we see in the first round? Because that is it. That's the end of the first round. So the theme of the first round, from what I could see, is getting a lot of replacements and getting a lot of protection at quarterbacks for a lot of teams. And a lot of players that are not able to really get traction, at least contractually. Mainly talking A.J. Brown, Walker. They're already out the door or going to be shown the door because they got their guys in. The only real question mark I had was early on in the draft. The Chiefs traded up to 6 overall to get a good guy. But the Browns were not looking at drafting him anyway. And I don't know. I don't think anyone else was going to draft the guy they got. I think time will tell, obviously, with how these players really pan out. So, a lot of trades as well. Looks like teams that are really okay with it and are really not desperate, they're okay with trading back. And I guess we weren't one of them because we wanted to get a high pick, and we didn't want to just trade back and get to the first pick of the second round because we would have had a lot of options. But I think Jadarian Price could work as a Seahawk. But will he be a good replacement for Kenneth Walker? We'll see. Other than that, yeah, Mansour Delane. That was a surprise. I didn't really think that the Chiefs were going to trade up to get a cornerback at 6 overall when no one else, I think, was really going to go for one. What else is there really to say except this first round was it was loaded with a lot of talent and loaded with a lot of really big guys that could possibly make a lot of plays for their quarterback, protect him. Another one. The Rams trading. They didn't trade. The Rams selecting Ty Simpson. Basically, he's going to be the heir apparent to Matthew Stafford whenever he's going to be done. They're just going to hope that Stafford doesn't get injured, so they're going to have to throw Simpson to the Wolves because it's going to be tough for the Rams. And then another shocker was Philly making a deal with the Devil, also known as the Dallas Cowboys, to get Lemon and getting in their call first and getting that trade up while I think it was while the Steelers were actually calling him. I don't know exactly how that worked out. I think that they called him. The Eagles called him first. And they were able to send the trade through, even though the Steelers actually did want him. The Jets selecting offensive talent when they are in desperate need of anything except for offensive talent. I don't know. I don't really understand that. And the Bills trading down and trading down and trading down. Like are they just completely fine with being mediocre? Because they're not going to be able to contend next year. Straight up, I don't think they are. I think their window is like done. They're going to be done. All right, so that was the Maritime Report's coverage of the NFL Draft first round. I might make a couple of just shorts detailing what I think about Seahawks drafting overall. We do have 2 more picks tomorrow, and then only 1 more on the 3rd day, unless we trade up or trade down. But I know we do a lot of we get a lot of undrafted free agents. I think that's how we got Jake Bobo. All right. Yeah, I was talking to myself. I realized that. Well, Well, I just started streaming. I'm not going to be shown to everyone, but... All right. Well, for those of you who see this, thank you very much for watching. And I will be back tomorrow night for the Seattle Mariners taking on the St. Louis Cardinals. So, until then, take care. God bless everyone. Thank you.